Hello friends, and welcome to TurtleQueenGaming and back to Nicole. Sorry about last episode's freak out. I don't know what happened. I'm sure my computer, just decided it wanted to melt down. But anyway, I brought it, Nicole, of course, crashed when I tried to shut everything down, so I brought it back up to where, the same day that we were at the end. So, it's been a while since I started taking Voix's advice. Results? I don't have a clue. I frown and scroll down the dashboard of Roller, killing time as I wait for Darren to arrive. I've developed a sort of schedule lately. I get to class early, sit in the same seat for who knows how long, and then when I see the target arrive, I make sure to greet him with the, "Hiya, Darren." I perk up as I notice him walk into the door and greet him enthusiastically. The other students in the classroom don't pay me any mind. They're used to me shouting this early in the morning. Darren is pretty much used to it too. He barely flinches when he hears me call his name now. As he walks past to take a seat, he gives me a small wave and an acknowledging nod. Then, nothing. Just like every other time. I grumble silently and slump in my seat. Is this even working? My chin nearly touches my desk as I sink into my laptop. Humph, this is all Voix's fault. I'm going to send him something mean on Roller. I sit up and click the shortcut I have, instantly taking me to the site. Once I see a link to Voix's blog, I click to prepare to write my jeering complaints. However, I should have known I'd be distracted by his blog. Ugh, he's found some pictures of these really cool old-fashioned dining scenes with jukeboxes and ice cream floats. I started going through his blog, distracting myself with his thoughts, and soon forget why I even went there in the first place. Ugh, that's right, I was going to complain to him. I should probably make sure no one's about to read what... I look over my right shoulder to see Darren staring intently back. Once our eyes meet, he flinches away, and I cock my brow. Was he looking at me? Or was he looking at my laptop screen? Wait. Hey Darren, do you use Roller? I notice his eyebrows rise as though he recognizes the name. I immediately leap from my seat. I think I found a way into the bubble. So is that a yes? I grab my laptop and slide my desk out of the way with a foot so I can stand next to Darren's. I'm so excited about this I nearly shove my screen into his face, and he reels back to keep some distance. I immediately back off as I notice how uncomfortable I'm making him. This isn't cool. I can't get in his face like this. Sorry. I've just never met anyone who uses Roller before. Well, offline at least. So when it looked like you knew what I was doing, I kinda got carried away. I probably just jumped to conclusions anyway. I bet he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. No, He hesitates, like he's trying to find the right way to word something. I use Roller too. Pinch me! Wow, really? I feel the excitement from before returning. I awkwardly position my laptop in the crook of my arm so I can maneuver over my blog instead of Voix's. This is mine! I place the laptop on the table so he can take a look. Darren leans over and seems to stiffen in place and glance over my blog. I'm not sure if that's a good sign. I usually just blog about clothes, cool pics, superheroes. It's pretty girly, so I get it if it isn't your thing. I shift from foot to foot as Darren silently scrolls through my blog. I'm starting to feel self-conscious. It's like I'm letting him probe through my brain. So what do you think? I peer expectantly at him over my laptop. Good? Bad? Should I just delete now? I like it. He pauses again, struggling with his words. Finally, he takes a deep breath, almost resigned breath. I already follow you. Okay, wait, what? I let out an embarrassed squeal. You can't be serious, no way! That's honestly flattering! Which is your blog? I'm not the type of girl who follows for a follow, but maybe Darren runs a blog I like. Would you, like to see? Duh, I'd love to see it! Darren's fingers zip across my trackpad as he tries to find his blog. After a moment, he makes a satisfied sound. Here we are. As he turns my laptop back around, he glances away as his face flushes. I'm staring at Voix's blog again. I knew it! Wait, is he saying that... You've gotta be... Huh? No! Oh my gosh, Voix? Darren offers a weak smile and a nod in my direction. Yeah, it's me. I didn't think we'd meet like this, but, So all this time, the guy I thought was miles away was sitting right next to me in class? I don't know how I feel about this right now. Like, of course I'm happy, but at the same time... Oh man, doesn't this mean I complained about Darren to his own face? I'm so sorry! What are you talking about? About all those things I said. I had no idea if I was whining about you to yourself. It's fine. You weren't malicious, just honest. Truth be told, I was already aware of everything you mentioned to me. But I still feel bad about it. It is nothing to feel terrible about. Perhaps it should be me who is apologizing. Darren glances away and shuffles uncomfortably in his seat. His voice gets even quieter than it was before. I had my suspicion ever since the day you asked for advice. Of course, I wasn't certain. It could have just been a coincidence, but it became increasingly clear as these days passed that this was not the case. That was a long sentence. I'd never been so determined to met anyone so determined to speak to me. Then I recalled the advice I gave Hota. Add that to the fact that your name is Nicole, and it's actually really obvious. Wow, this is embarrassing. It's not like I was trying to hide my offline persona from my online one, but sheesh, I seriously need to learn how to be more discreet. Wait, so why didn't you say anything? I'm not that good at expressing myself verbally. I wasn't sure how I would approach the subject without it turning awkward. Well, that ship has kind of sailed. My meager attempt at a joke does nothing to make Darren laugh. It's a shame. I know I'm not much like my online persona. Psh! 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 Not really, no. Just because you find it easier to typey out what you say, like, I always find it easier to say what I need to say when I type it. I don't know. I think it's something about how you can edit it in your head as you're typing it, even when you're thinking about it. I don't know. Darren laughs ruefully in the face of how blunt I am. Funny how I make him laugh only when I'm trying to be serious. So, now that you've met me in person, what do you think? Doesn't change anything? Are you seriously that worried? Definitely not what I was expecting. And we save. Bloop. I'm thinking it doesn't change anything. Are you seriously that worried? Thinking it doesn't change anything. I'm not thinking anything different about you. We're friends. That's awfully nice of you to say, and I truly do appreciate the sentiment, but it's quite clear, at the very least, subconsciously, your view of me has changed. You're not talking to me like you usually do. You took a few steps back once you found out who I was. That's because I was really surprised. I understand, but those are still signs. I don't think you can say you're completely unaffected by the reveal. I can't argue with him there. Then I'll get to know how you are offline, too. I want to. How many times do I have to say that we're friends until you get it? But, I mean, aren't you disappointed with me? I surely must be below your expectations. Not if you keep talking like that. I scoff and brush away his concerns. Oh, please. Like nobody else ever is? Look at me. I must be way more spastic than I am online. I point at my head. It's hard to filter your thoughts on the spot. Darren bobs his head fervently. That's why I, try to work out what I'm going to say in advance. I usually have a hard time talking, but I tend to go faster the more I get to know someone. Well, not to say that we don't know each other. Relax, I get what you're saying. No need to freak. Sorry. He sheepishly fiddles with the top of his bangs and looks away. He wasn't lying when he said he had a hard time talking. If he really is books, though, he's not just pulling my leg, then I'm sure he'll be his eloquent self in no time. I think. Darren, do you mind if I do something? What is it? Can I hug you? Darren's cheeks flush in response to my question. Pardon? What did you say? We've been friends on Roller for a while now, and are now meeting offline. Don't you think that this calls for a hug? Come on! Darren goes all wide eyes and he shoves his palms out as if he's going to push me away. No, absolutely out of the question. It would not be appropriate. What? Come on, just like a side hug at least. I'm sorry, Huta. I am not too keen with hugs. Any physical contact, really. I slap my shoulders in defeat. Fine. Sorry I asked. Sheesh. You have to follow my other request, though. Stop calling me Hota. My real name's Nicole, and you've got to know that by now. Nicole. He says it experimentally, as if saying my name produces an unknown taste on his tongue. Very well, Nicole. I can do that. Sweet! This makes everything official. We are now roller friends both offline and online. Darren manages a small embarrassed smile. I suppose this is an occasion worthy of a post. You know it! I smack my lips as I reach over to flick the space in front of him. Pop! What did you do? I did what you told me to do. I found a way into your bubble! Pop! Into my... Oh. Oops. Darren nervously readjusts his glasses and glances at the desk next to us. Well, if everything's settled, perhaps you could return to your seat? Oh, yeah, sure. I have stuff I need to look over anyway. I force myself to laugh and smile, but when I turn my back and head to my desk, I silently let loose a small sigh. I guess I'm not as deep into that bubble as I thought. I take a look back at Darren flipping through the pages of his notebook. Curly black hair, thin glasses, a nice smile. Yeah, I actually see Voix having these things. But the personality is way off, I'll admit it. Part of me wonders if the Voix I knew was all an act put on by Darren. Could the person I admire actually not be who I thought I was? Ugh. I dismiss those thoughts with a shake of my head. No, it doesn't matter. I mean it when I said I wanted to know Darren's offline self. And if it doesn't turn out to be anything like Voix, well, I'll just have to adapt. That's what friends do. I've been staring at Darren so long that it surprises me that he only notices now. Caught in the act, I shyly offer a smile to Darren and shrug. He silently slumps with a good-natured sigh, but offers one back. It's a small one, but whatever. It's definitely a start. Well, I didn't do as good at that as I probably could have, so I believe I'm going to load this. Save this. Load this. Yes. I think it's, are you seriously that worried? Maybe it's definitely not what I expected. We'll have to see. One look at Darren's face and it's obvious that he's a whirlwind of anxiety on the inside. I can't help the small teasing giggle I make. Oh ho, what is this? Is someone afraid I'm going to freak out? Of course, you're a very fun person, Hyota. I would hope meeting you wouldn't scare you away. Darren's response was more sincere than I had predicted. If this was still on roller, he'd have some snappy comeback or to counter with me. I decided to ease off with the jokes for now. This just means I can really let him have it later. Then I'll get to know you offline too. How many times do I have to say we're friends till I get it? That definitely wasn't it. Or is there no good answer? Oops, no. I think hard about the question. What was that rule again? Honesty is the best policy. You're way different than I thought you would be. Darren appears so crestfallen by my reply that the tips of his hair seem to droop. It's okay. I thought you would say something along those lines. I'm quite used to it. I hastily speak up. Hey, wait, you didn't let me finish. You're different, but that doesn't mean that I want nothing more to do with you. It's the exact opposite. I want to get to know you even more. How many times do I have to say we're friends until you get it? Okay. Wow. Wow. For a moment, Darren seems touched by what I said. His demeanor brightens just a bit, but I can tell that there's still something bothering him. But, I mean, you said you were disappointed with me. Surely I must be below expectations. Okay. That was, whew. I got a lot, like, I thought that there was a bad option, a neutral option, and a good option, but apparently that's not how that works. Oh, my spine. No hugs. No hugs from Darren. He does not appreciate the hugs. Okay. That is just like an adorable way to say it. I did what you told me to. I popped your bubble. I forgot what I was doing. So is it Zeal? Oh my god! It's gotta be something. Let's see, who else was it? No, Zeal, I'm guessing, is, it has to be Amity for Darren. Because I'm guessing that Zeal is, Madry's. I think. It's so hard to tell. Jogging! Oops, I missed the tips on job performance. I wonder, well, Ted hasn't contacted me, so, Weekends are for clues. Back. Let's see. Ask about the disappearances. Back. I need a nap. Naps take 2 in-game turns. That's good to know. I need diligence. So I'll probably tidy up the room. There we go. During this week, the job activities will be unlocked. They will provide a big increase in stats. And finally, you'll be able to earn some money. Oh, you can get increased stats as well. That's always good. Nothing is better than a good night's sleep. Now, how do I do jobs? I'm gonna start Monday. I wonder if Ted gets pissed at you if you take a job somewhere else. That was awful. Okay, I'm gonna go... Oh. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have anything about work, so I'm going to go to the public park, do some jogging. That's a decent amount of diligence. Cafeteria. Socialize. Wow, that was awful. How am I supposed to get any amount of amity? Today was regular class. I feel like it could have been better. Audrey, where the heck are you? I sent the text quietly, but had a whole bunch of question marks to make it clear that I'm seriously wondering here. It's a half hour past our agreed meeting time, and Kurt is nowhere to be seen. I've been sitting here in the library all by myself. I tap the end of my pen against the econ textbook as I wait for Kurt to reply back. He's been way too slow with his text, and the only thing I've gotten are dumb excuses like, I'll be there soon, or hold up 5 minutes. I've been holding up for like 30. I groan and put my head down on the desk. This is not the way you're supposed to start your tutoring sessions. Ugh, I'm beginning to wonder if I ever should have agreed to this. I look up, propping my chin on the desk to watch if Kurt ever shows up. Finally, I see him scrambling into sight, slightly winded after a few more minutes. I sit up straight as he approaches, and he grins and throws his backpack on the table. I flinch as the impact rocks the table on his legs. Yo, I'm here. He sits and leans back in his chair casually. Oh no, you're not getting away with acting like that on our time. What the heck happened? You're really late. Kurt hesitates for a moment, then pauses to think, then laughs and starts to rub the side of his head. Yeah, my bad. Girl on the cheerleading team started chatting me up, and we clicked so well that I figured why not ask her out, so we spent some time in town, getting to know each other and all that. And that's why you're late? Kurt nods at me, and I make sure to take a deep breath before going completely ballistic. Where do I even start? Didn't you think it would be a bad idea to go on a date right before we agreed to meet up? I thought about that, but this girl was mad cute, Grave. Not as cute as you, but very close runner-up. Stop! I don't care! Like, come on, Marjorie. You obviously didn't forget, so you don't even have that excuse, you ignoramus Rex. And wait to even tell me that what you were doing. All I got were dumb, vague reasons. Hey, that hurts. He surely feigns nursing a wound on his chest. Oh wait, I know why you're really upset. Oh please. You're just jealous that I wasn't with you, and that it wasn't you I was taking out on a date. Kurt winks at me, and I'm absolutely ready to pull him close and vomit on his face. Gross, no, not in a million years. I'd rather eat a bug or something. Look, this is our first time meeting, so whatever. I guess it's fine that you're late, but can you take this more seriously? Yeah. Kurt waves me off with an unconcerned shrug. I gotcha, no worries. The way he says that makes me worry even more. I mean it, Madri. That means showing up on time from now on, okay? Whatever, Mom. Don't call me that. Fine, whatever, Dad. I choked back a laugh, forgetting myself. If anyone else had said that, I'd be laughing so hard. But, oh god, Kurt? I can't even believe I found one of his stupid jokes funny. Noticing this, Kurt's eyes light up, and he cocks his brow as if waiting for my admission to his superior sense of humor. Oh fine, that one was actually funny. Score! Kurt folds his hands behind his bed and leans back smugly on the legs of his chair, rocking back and forth. I'm so tempted to reach out with my foot and push him over. Anyway, can we finally get started? Itchy head. I got it, Coach. First Mom, now Coach. Kurt shrugs as I shoot him a puzzled glance. You're basically like my football coach, but for econ, right? Same. I can only shrug back and accept his analogy. I'm going to get a headache if I try to figure out what the heck goes inside Kurt's brain. We get started with the tutoring session, and I'm pretty optimistic about it. I show Kurt a few problems from the book, start explaining them, and we rinse and repeat as we work our way through the first chapter. Yeah, it's stuff from the past test, but it wouldn't hurt to review. If Kurt doesn't get this, everything else in the book is going to kill him. I want to make sure he's solid with this. However, along the way, my expectations about how much progress we're making gets lower and lower. I honestly do believe Kurt can do this. This material isn't hard, but... Okay, so you just study where the supply and demand curve intersect, and... I look up to see if Kurt is following, and I can see him sitting back, trying to balance a pencil on his upper lip. This is why I'm having a hard time believing that this tutoring is going to work. It's like Kurt isn't even trying to learn. First he comes late, and now this. I don't want this to be a waste of either of our times. Hey, Madri! I whisper in a hushed voice and snap my fingers at him, causing the pencil to fall into his lap. Kurt gives me a dirty look. What? You're not paying attention. Yeah, I am. He holds the book up and groans as he realizes he's holding it upside down. Hold up. He switches it so it's the right way up and then points to the diagram shown on the page. You're talking about how this thingy right here has to do with the laws of supply and demand. I lower my eyelids and pull up my textbook so he can see. I tap my pen impatiently on the page. That was 5 pages ago. We are interpreting these graphs now. Oh. Kurt sucks his breath between his teeth. I'm about ready to whack him with his textbook. Wonder how I missed that. I guess it's partially my fault for not checking more regularly. But was it really so wrong to assume he'd be listening to me? I cross my arms and furrow my brow, attempting to appear all business. I'm going to go if you keep this up. Hey, what? You can't just leave. It's not like I'm doing it to be mean, but if you're not listening to me, what's the point in staying here when all you're doing is wasting my time? I lower my voice since I'm on the verge of shouting now. Even if Kurt is driving me crazy, it'd be really embarrassing if I got the two of us kicked out of the library for being too loud. Kurt wearily combs his hand through his hair, pulling it back. He exhales slowly as he does this. Look, I'm sorry, okay? It's just really hard for me to understand this stuff. I can't keep up. Whenever I don't get something, I zone out. I get it. You could have told me that was a problem. It's not like I can't handle it. I figured I could catch up when you started going on to new stuff. Ain't nothing. Does he seriously think I'm going to buy that? Save the macho act for the cheerleaders, Madri. If you don't get something, it's only going to make understanding the rest that much harder. Fess up. Where did I lose you? I get what supply and demand are, but I don't get how to apply it. Then you start talking about the equilibrium price, and you completely lose me. Oh, okay. Then let's start with applying the stuff in a way that you get. I say that, but the problem is that I'm not sure how I'm supposed to explain this in a way that Kurt will understand. I thought I was already doing it in a very simple way. How am I going to make it even simpler? Wait, maybe I don't have to. As long as it's something Kurt really gets, then maybe it'll help him make connections. Perfect. I think I know just what to use, too. Help me out here. Isn't there something where you pretend to be a football coach and you, draft actual football players online to make your super dream team? You talking about fantasy football? There we go. I knew you had some dumb name like that. Do you play that? I know how to, but I thought we were talking about economics here, Grave. Why the sudden switch of topic? It'll help. Trust me. Alright, so let's say the two of us are coaches. Obviously, we're going to want to draft the best team possible, right? Duh, of course. No point in playing if you're not aiming to go all the way. Goes for everything, if you catch my drift. You stop that. Hey, all I'm saying is that if there's grass in the field, you might as well play some. Anyway! I hastily stop Kurtz before he can utter another stupidly perverse thing. Let's just stick with making our offense for now. This means we're going to want a quarterback, like you and wide receivers, right? Yeah, there are usually 2 or 3 of them. There are only guys who can catch a pass when, yeah, whatever, details. So we need a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and crap. I know there's a special position on offense. My dad said he's the guy who the quarterback hands the ball off to sometimes. What is it? What is it? Get out of here. Oh, right, I remember. Uh-oh. I'm really bad at football. I think it's the running back. It might be the linebacker. Pretty sure it's not the cornerback. Guessing. Running back. We'll need running backs. That's right? Nice, that's it. Yes! Yes! I guessed right. Wins. I can tell Kirk didn't expect me to know that, the jerk. He's so obviously impressed. There are usually 2 running backs on the field, and there are 2 kinds. Tall, big guys called fullbacks, and faster guys called halfbacks. The ones used usually depend on the play. How'd you know about that, Grave? My dad's a football guy. He watched it sometimes when I went to visit him. I must have picked up a little of it. But look at you! See, it's obvious that you can learn stuff if you care enough to try. Kurt scoffs at me, but he doesn't look pleased with the compliment. Alright, back to what we were saying. We'll need a quarterback, 2 running backs, and let's say 3 wide receivers on our offense. Now, there's only a limited amount of players for each position, right? And the 30s for quarterbacks, 40s for the running backs, and 70s for wide receivers, something around that. That's our supply. It's how much of whatever we want is available to us. So the supply of quarterbacks is only around 30, see? Now, our demand is how much we want for whatever it is. It's kind of tricky to determine demand, but if it's a really good quarterback up for grabs, for example, he'd probably have a huge demand. Do you follow that so far? Can I start going on to other stuff now? Holy crap. Kurt looks stunned. I think I'm getting this. I could cry. Finally. Maybe all is not lost for young Kurt. Now that Kurt is finally getting a grasp on the material, it's not so hard to go over the rest of the chapter. All I have to do is bring it back to football, and he's suddenly getting it. Which is why tutors exist. Because not everybody can learn from what a teacher's, just saying, or how the book puts it. I don't want to say one-track mind, but wow, if I knew it would be that simple, I would have used football analogy from the start. And we're done with the chapter. I turn the page in my textbook and see a whole summary and the start of the chapter questions. That took a little longer than I thought it would, but we did it. So, do you still have any questions? Like, anything we need to go over again? Kurt takes a moment to ponder this, but eventually he shakes his head proudly. Nah, I think I get everything. He gave us questions to do in the back of the book, right? Should I do those? Some of them. Hold on, let me see. I try to remember which questions I found the most useful and the most relevant to what we were tested on. Kurt scribbles down the question numbers as I list them off, appearing like a student for once. Got it. I'll try to do these on my own. He turns and looks out to the library window. Damn, it got late fast. I have to get something to eat. Kurt looks at me, and I can already guess what's going to come out of his mouth. Either a proposal, a dirty joke, or a 2-for-1 special. How about it, Grave? Want me to treat you to dinner? Huh, maybe if you show me all this tutoring is working and you manage to get a B on the next test. You serious? Oh, now it's a challenge. Yeah, why not? You get a B, I'll go out to dinner with you. I scoff and laugh. It's obvious that I'm becoming sarcastic here. Kurt's bearable, but I doubt I could handle sitting through all dinner with him making horrible one-liners. Also, I have higher standards than good grades. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that. Kurt starts to pack away his things, as if the faster he leaves, the less time I have to take back what I said. Hey, I wasn't being serious. Too late. If I get a B on the next test, you have to go to dinner with me. Madri! I break the library's sacred rule and accidentally yell. All eyes move to me after my outburst, and I sit in embarrassment, covering my mouth. Kurt snickers silently at me for making a quiet getaway, complete with with a two-fingered salute over his brow. He mouths something at me before he leaves. See you next time, Grave. Man, he got me. Again. How do I keep letting that happen? I see as I begin to put my stuff back in my bag. Well, I guess it's not all bad. This is what motivates him to do best on the test, then so be it. I'll just have to take one for our football team. When all my stuff is properly put away, I sling my bag over my shoulder and head out. I tap my roller app on my phone to get to work on my text post. After everything that happened, I seriously need to vent. Tutored some guy from my class today. I talk about it under my breath as I think about how to continue. I think it went better than expected. If law doesn't work out, I'm pretty sure I can make it in the football coaching business. Oh dear. Let's see. There's gotta be something. I'm thinking dance does raise amity, but it also costs $12 to $20. Blerp. Money I don't have. And that's the end of the day. And it is now officially October. Besides difficulty level, morale and energy influences and other stats, blah blah blah. Moving on. Well, now that we've moved into October, that was interesting, and the game seems to be cooperating. I don't even know. But I don't know. We've learned that Darren is Vox, which I mean was kind of obvious. We also got a job with Ted, and I don't know how that works, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. There's gotta be. I don't know. It doesn't seem to let me do work. I don't know where the side job panel is, but I'll find it. It's surely to pop up at some point, now that the week started. Hoobrion, excuse me. And so, we'll worry about that next time. So until next time, peace out, y'all.